Here are two important guidelines for the submission of claims on or after October 1st, 2015 using InTouch EMR. Now, it's very important to remember that for dates of service on or after October 1st, 2015, you must document ICD-10 codes to the highest level of specificity. For example, the code R26.8, which is other abnormalities of gait and mobility, should instead be coded as either R2681, which is unsteadiness on feet, or R2689, other abnormalities of gait and mobility. This is extremely important because non-specific codes will result in claim rejections at the clearinghouse level or potentially at the payer level. Now, if this happens, clinicians and or billing staff, coders, will need to get involved and will need to recode to a higher level, specifically the highest level of specificity, and resubmit the claims. Now, the two important mistakes to avoid that we're noticing in InTouch EMR is it's important to make sure that for dates of service on or after October 1st, 2015, that you don't select ICD-9 codes. That's number one. Number two, you've got to select specific ICD-10 codes. The selection of non-specific ICD-10 codes can cause claim rejections, and for dates of service after October 1st, 2015, ignoring this can significantly impact your cash flow. At InTouch EMR, we've put together several webinars, and we conduct daily webinars on ICD-10 and documentation and compliance training. We also have audio podcasts and a book on ICD-10, which is made available to all our members. In fact, we make this very simple with the ICD-9 to ICD-10 code mapping tool, the proprietary code mapping tool inside InTouch EMR, and simple and easy ICD-10 code selection in InTouch EMR. So let's take a closer look at the ICD-9 to ICD-10 proprietary code mapping tool in InTouch EMR. When a clinician is documenting in InTouch EMR, all the clinician has to do is click on the Search ICD-9 tool. Now, InTouch EMR allows you to look up the entire ICD-9 code list and designate any of the preferred ICD-9 codes, any of the common ICD-9 codes, into a most used list. Now, all you have to do is now retrieve that ICD-9 code from the most used list. And all you then do is you simply click on the code itself. Let's click on 71941, which is a pain in the shoulder joint. And you'll notice a pop-up tool, a proprietary pop-up tool that has the CMS GEMS tool mapping. Now, this is just a guideline. This is just a starting point to give you a sense of what the corresponding ICD-10 codes are. But if you look closely, you'll see our proprietary ICD-9 to ICD-10 mapping tool kick in. What this tool does is this tool goes into a very, very high level of detail and tells you that for 71941, the actual available code options are, as far as we can tell on the screen here, more than 20 different code options. So you now start to get a sense of what the corresponding ICD-10 code could be. Now, you've got to use your clinical judgment as a clinician. You've got to use your knowledge of ICD-10. Presumably, you've attended all the webinars that we have at InTouch EMR. You've listened to our audio podcasts. You've read the book, The Truth About ICD-10. You would then make a selection of the appropriate ICD-10 code. Now, for certain payers like workers' compensation payers and a small number of payers, you would still need to submit claims using ICD-9. So for those payers, you'll simply use this icon to use the ICD-9 code. But as long as you know your ICD-10 code, all you do is you simply click on Add ICD-10. You look up the code, and then whatever codes are common to your practice, to your clinic, you click the star icon and move them to the most used list, and there you go. You now have several ICD-10 codes that you can move to your most used list. You simply click on the Add button, and now you've added that code to your ICD-10 list. As long as you've selected the highest possible level of specificity, again, it comes back to your clinical judgment and your knowledge of ICD-10. As long as you've selected the appropriate code with the highest level of specificity, you should have no problems at all in terms of the claim transmission from InTouch EMR to the clearinghouse. Just keep in mind the system will let you select either ICD-9, for which is going to be a small number of payers, or ICD-10, but not both. And any claims that are submitted with the date of service on or after October 1st, 2015 with an ICD-9 code will indeed be rejected. In fact, claims that are submitted with unspecified codes or with invalid ICD-10 codes will also be rejected. So good luck with ICD-10. Please contact customer support if you have any questions, but please attend all the webinars, all our training materials, and good luck with ICD-10.